there are two ways of doing this one. One, if you spot it, is slightly easier than the other and quicker, but you might not spot it. Here's what you might spot: the fact that you have got a bracket squared minus another bracket squared. Well, whenever you've got something squared minus something else squared, which we call the difference of two squares, then it factorizes to, in this case, a plus b times a minus b. So if you like, this first bracket is the equivalent of a squared, and this second bracket is the equivalent of b squared. Okay, so if you like, the a and the b here, the a is the same as 12x minus y, and the b is the same as 4x minus 3y. So to factorize it, I'm going to write a plus b in a bracket. I'll put it in a big square bracket. Well, a plus b is 12x minus y plus 4x minus 3y. And in the second bracket, it's a minus b. Well, that's 12x minus y. Take away b. Well, that's minus. I'm going to have to put this in a bracket, 4x minus 3y. That should be a square bracket. Okay, if I remove the brackets, if I simplify the first bracket, I'll do a curly bracket again. 12 plus 4, so that's 16x minus 4y. And if I simplify this one, well, 12x minus 4x, that is the same as 8x. And then it's minus y minus minus 3y. Well, that's minus y plus 3y. Well, actually, that's plus 2y. Okay, what you should realise here is this isn't completely factorised because each of these brackets has a common factor. Common factor in the first bracket is 4, so I'm going to take that out and in front of the bracket, the 4 in front of the bracket, and then the bracket becomes 4x minus y. Now that's multiplied by the second bracket where the common factor is 2. So I'm going to take out the 2 and write 4x plus y. And if I multiply these together, I'm going to put the two numbers first. Well, 4 times 2 is 8. And then it becomes 4x minus y times 4x plus y. And that's completely factorised. Now, an alternative way of doing this is a longer way round if you like. You've got 12x minus y squared minus 4x minus 3y squared. And you can remove the brackets, and it's quite a good idea. If you can't see what else to do, just remove the brackets and see what happens. So the first one, if we remove the brackets, remember when you square a bracket, you must write it as 12x minus y times 12x minus y. And the second one, if you square the bracket, it becomes 4x minus 3y multiplied by itself, which is again 4x minus 3y. Okay, right, I'm going to go on and remove the brackets. So I've got 12x times 12x, well, that's 144x squared. I've got 12x times minus y, well, that's minus 12xy. Minus y times 12x, that's like another minus 12xy. And then minus y times minus y is plus y squared. So that's removing these two brackets. I'm then going to take away, now so I don't have to worry about the signs, I'm just going to put this in one big bracket for now. 4x times 4x, well, that's 16x squared. 4x times minus 3y, well, that's minus 12xy. Then it's another minus 12xy, and then minus 3y times minus 3y is plus 9y squared. Okay, right, let's start simplifying things. So the first lot is 144x squared minus 24xy plus y squared, and that's minus, so you've got 16x squared minus 24xy plus 9y squared. Now all of that's got to be subtracted, so that comes out as 144x squared minus 24xy plus y squared minus 16x squared plus 24xy and minus 9y squared. Okay, so if we keep going, I can see that the minus 24xy and the plus 24xy cancel each other out. I've then got 144x squared minus 16x squared. Well, that comes out as 100, so what's 144, 134, 128 x squared, and then we've got y squared minus 9y squared is minus 8y squared. Okay, let's have a go at factorising that. Now, first of all, there is a common factor. I'm hoping it's going to be 8, and in fact, if we divide 8 into 128, 8 goes into 12 once, remainder 4. Yep, 8 goes into 48 16 times. So in fact, 8 does go into both. So I'm going to take out 8 first as a factor, and then that's going to be 16x squared minus y squared. Now I can see that this expression here is in the form, again, of a squared minus b squared, difference of two squares, and it factorizes to, well, the square root of 16x squared, well, that's 4x. At the beginning of each bracket, I've got a 4x and a 4x. On the right of each bracket, I've got a y and another y. One's plus, one's minus, and you can see I've got the same expression as I had earlier. For 2 marks, though, that's a lot of work either way.